Hey guys, welcome to week 12 of the dissection of the 2024 CT2V Rulebook. All right, so I am on page 23. Okay, so 23 has this right here on there, which is, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It has a chart to let you know what patterns you would be doing for your division. Okay, so we have, I call them modified and non-modified. So if they're modified, it means that you don't have to canter in ranch horsemanship. Now, I've had people snap into me like a Slim Jim before because they thought that that meant that they wouldn't have to canter at all in CT2V. No, you could be asked to canter in trail and in obstacles, but if you choose not to, you can just do like an extended trot or something. You are going to lose some points, but you're not going to be disqualified, okay? So the reason that, okay, so there are 5 divisions that are modified, and there are 4 divisions that are not modified, and those are our riding classes, okay? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. So modified, I made the futurity modified because that right there is younger horses. One of my biggest regrets for competing in obstacles is that I went too fast too soon with my horse, and I wish that I would have done some slower stuff. So I made the futurity be modified, okay? Then the next thing is greenhorn. Well, greenhorn is for those green horses. Like it doesn't matter what age they are. Oh my gosh. I got up super early and it's kicking my butt right now. Anyways, the greenhorn is for a horse that might break in half if you go to canter it, okay? So it's just allowing you to get that experience on that horse to be successful. The next thing is our trailblazer. There's our 60 plus. If they want to canter, they can do it in other divisions. I know that a lot of my competitors that are seasoned, a lot of people are happy about not having to canter. You know, they've got goals and everything, but they're just really happy about being able to choose, oh my gosh, a division that canters or having the one that doesn't in the ranch horsemanship as an option, okay? Then Wrangler. Wrangler's my novice people, okay? There's a lot of people, cantering is a big deal. Jumping is a big deal for a lot of people. So I have, futurity, greenhorn, trailblazer, Wrangler, and then the schooling class. The schooling class is a non-cantering class also because that right there is designed for people to kind of dabble or to educate their animal. So I wanted to have that done at a slower pace. So that means our canterers, okay, for ranch horsemanship, I'm going to yawn this entire video. I am so sorry. We have our youth, okay, which usually those kids are fearless and would rather canter anyways, right? Then we have Maverick, Bronc-Buster, and Trail Boss. So 3 of the 4 divisions based on the rider's ability are cantering, and then our youth are. Okay, and I'm going to, I'm going to go over and try to take this live video and look at the patterns in just 1 second because there's some things I want to point out on the actual patterns, okay? But before we do that, let's go to the bottom of page 23, which talks about cowboy roulette, okay? A lot of people are like, what the heck is that? It's a whole bunch of freaking fun. Okay, that's what it is. We charge you $10, but we make it to where half of the money can be won by the person that wins this. It is just for fun. It's like roulette. Like, you don't know what the heck it's going to be. So, and you can't add the division late. You've got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to sign up. And then if it turns out that we're doing something that you don't want to do, we just say, thank you for your monetary donation. Okay, so here we go. Cowboy Roulette. It says, this is an optional competition that is purely for fun. Half of the entry fee goes to the winner, and then half of the entry fee, a fourth of it goes to a charity of the winner's choice, and then the host will maintain the other fourth. It says the host will mail the donation directly to the charity. 1/4 is retained by the host. Competitors are not allowed to know what they are signing up for until it is time to compete. Absolutely no late entries. We're not letting people like, oh, I'm too chicken to sign up, and then they see it, and then they're like, oh, I think I could win that. Yep, too bad, so sad. Should have signed up early, okay? So, this can be any competition that stays in the line of CT2V guidelines. Like, we're not going to have you jump in something that's like 40 inches tall or something, right? Anyways, all events / tasks will be timed to remove subjective judging. So this right here, it's just something fun. So examples, we've done the whole egg and spoon thing, which I don't really like to waste eggs, so we usually use golf balls. And then I've made them put their horse's front hoof on a paper plate before. I put a whole bunch of timbers out in some weird pattern, and we made it be silent so we could hear who had the least amount of ticks. And then I've had them pick up a big old stuffed fish before, just weird stuff. I've had them, oh my gosh, in the early years, I had them go down and put underwear on a goat. Anyways, that's just for fun. You don't have to do it at all, and nobody cares if you do it or not. You know, it's just something fun. All right, so let's, in this rule book, I am on page 24, page 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. It's all the patterns, okay? So something that is very cool is a lot of people are like, what is MRH1? So up at the top, it actually says Modified Ranch Horsemanship 1. So that would be your M. M is for modified, okay? And then if you're non-modified, it doesn't say non-modified. It's just going to say ranch horsemanship, okay? It won't say non-modified, but that's what that means, okay? So now then, if you're new to CT2V, you're not going to know what we did in the past, okay? So I hate whenever I come into something and they reference the past so dang much. Well, you're like, I wasn't here, okay? So I'll just say it right here. In the past, we tried to put, we put every cone up except for maybe 1 or 2 for each one of the transitions, okay? So it might be going from a walk to a trot, or from a trot to a stop. Whatever the transition was, there was a cone there and is numbered. Okay, well, through some suggestions that was given to us, we are not going to have cones at every one of those transitions this year, okay? Because it just kind of jacked with your flow, and it jacked with interpretation. It just kind of messed with it in a negative way, okay? So what I have on here is, like, I'm on page 29 right now, if you have your book with you by any chance, but if you don't, it's okay, I'm going to show it to you. But this pattern has 11 moves, and number 1, 8, and 11 are bolded, okay? So what that means is the cones are at the bolded transition. So you see how number 1, number 8, and number 11 are bold, and down here I tell you that that's where the cones are going to be at, okay? So here, I'm going to pick up my phone, and I've got it pulled up over on my computer, and I'm hoping that I can switch this around. So, join me. All right. I should really fix my hair a little bit more if I'm going to, like, do videos that I put up on YouTube. By the way, Von Holton Ranch has a YouTube channel, and then we have a section that's called CT2V. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna flip this around. All right, so modified ranch horsemanship 1. Do you see how there's no bolded? And then right here, cones at all transitions. But see, that makes sense because this pattern is all along the perimeter of the arena. Okay, so now then I'm on modified ranch horsemanship 2. And if you see right here, number 1, 8, and 11 are bolded. So it says cones at bolded transitions. Okay. Now then, next one, there's number 3, and it has bolded at 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 10. So just because that is what helped out the most. Modified ranch horsemanship 4. Oh, get that off there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So I don't have cones at every one of them just because it messed up with the flow. Now then, remember how I told you that we had non-modified right there where it says ranch horsemanship? I would call this non-modified. So there we go. I really like the way that we've done this year without having every spot have a cone. Okay, so like for example right here, so look at this one right here. Let's go along. Number 1 would have a cone so you would know where to start, right? Number 2 needed a cone because it's going to be on the perimeter. It's going to be on the perimeter of the fence, right? Number 3 has a cone. Well, number 4, you don't need a cone because there's a log there, right? So you don't need a cone. And you don't need a cone at 5 either because it's after you get off of that log. Now then 6 would be like a midpoint, and you see that it's actually lined up with number 1. So it's going to give our judge a reference. So number 6 has a cone at it, but then 7 and 8 don't, because you're going to be coming out of there like a bat out of hell. You're going to be moving, right? Well, we don't want to have a cone in the way that we'd have to reset for the extended lobe and the lobe. So, and then number 9 is in a corner. So I wanted to give people a little bit more freedom on that one right there so it doesn't have a cone. And then number 10, you gotta know where to stop. Number 10 is a stop and a back up. So you're gonna know that on your 7 and 8, like whenever you're taking the clinic with us, we're gonna make sure that you're on the correct side of the cone, because we wouldn't want you to come through here, you know, on number 7 and 8. You're gonna have to make sure you're on that side because there's gonna be a cone at 10. All right, now then, after you back up 6 steps, then it's a 180-degree turn to the right. So we don't want a cone there because you're going to knock it over and we're going to have to reset it. And then number 12, you need a cone there so then you know where the pattern ends. So I really like the use of our cones this year because it just seems like it's setting y'all up for success. And you know, sometimes I have seen where if you've ever competed in something and you can tell that the host has never like been in your shoes and you're like, this is not working right, you know? So that's what we're trying to do, is have a good combination of practical and useful, but then still have the structure that it's needed to help you be successful. So that right there is going to end. I do believe we're in, this right here was the end of week 12. All right, I'll see you next week. We'll be finishing up the rule book, and then we'll start getting into stuff that's not in the rule book, that's just about like the flow of CT2V and how the whole scoring behind our association works, and guidelines to help with judges. So we'll be getting into some fun stuff soon. All right, y'all have a wonderful day, and please go and check out our YouTube channel. It's Von Holton Ranch, and hope to see you there. All of the CT2V dissections that we've done so far are in order on our website, or not our website, our YouTube channel. All right, y'all have a great day.